Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. We are here tonight to talk about Season 45, Episode 4. Already forgotten the name of it. Something like Music to My Ears. Yes, that was it. Hello. The episode in which now 50% of the people who have gone home have quit in the exact same manner. If I had a nickel for every time, I'd have 2 nickels, but still, it's weird. It happened twice. Yes. And happy birthday, Jamie!
I'm Kawhi Leonard.
I'm Colleen. Sorry. I am all thrown off. I fell asleep at like 12:15 last night, and I've been up since 4:30 because I had an early morning flight. So yeah, I am dragging a little bit right now.
Dragging, and you're not bragging. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. That's a reference to what?
A quitter?
No. How am I drawing a blank on his name? My favorite player, Kobe Coke. The guy that was shooting all the baskets, the guy from the
a basketball player. Okay,
yeah. Caleb. Are you talking about Caleb?
Caleb, thank you. But Kawhi Leonard played for San Diego State, and he was mentioned yesterday, and he was the best basketball player ever to play for the San Diego State Aztecs.
There we go. Okay, we brought it back around now. Awesome.
There you go.
All right.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes, please do.
I'm watching this episode, and I go, that's a pretty good episode, and a pretty good move for Sean to be able. They're going to do Sifu. They're going to get rid of him, and Sean's going to be able to stay. And then you have that twist where he goes, okay, I just want you guys to vote me out because I want to be with my husband. Well, you're not going to be with your husband.
No.
You're not going to be
pre-jury trip.
And they know. But my thing is, he's going where Sabaya was voted out last week.
Yes.
He would love nothing more than to be in the game.
And she'd still be in the game.
Yeah. How do you look her in the eyes and say, yeah, I quit?
I don't know.
How do you do that? I mean, if I'm Sabaya, I don't even talk to him. I'm serious. I would just be like, my dream got crushed, and you wanted to go out on your own terms, which you weren't even going to be voted out, and you quit. And you got to feel bad for Caleb and Emily and Sabaya. They had really 3 people on that tribe that, because at one time, it's not Brandon. I can't remember his name, a drowning guy. And
Philip? Wait.
A solid team of strength.
Yeah, I'm too.
Yeah, I just was like,
I'm too exhausted.
I mean, no wonder they were losing. It's a team full of quitters. I just was like, and you saw Jeff's face.
It's not good.
Jeff was like, I am what? Like Jeff was. You could see Jeff.
There should be. I mean, maybe there is a punishment for them. I don't know, but I just was like. It just came out of nowhere, and it made no sense.
It didn't make any sense. But I have to say one thing, that as much as it is upsetting, like I have lived off of that still shot of Jeff's face for the last 20 hours. It is the best birthday present the gods of Survivor could have given me.
It's hurting it hurts the show.
It does. I was kind of talking about this earlier, and it's a bit like if you're a manager, if my manager had a bunch of Christmas hires come in because corporate hired a bunch of Christmas help, and then all the Christmas help just started like dropping out and quitting because they realized the job was hard, my manager would lose their mind.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm with you, Jeff. I get it, but
yeah, I think it's BS, and I think Sean, for the most part, I didn't believe his cheerful. Oh, this is where I wanted to be. I think he's full of crap a lot of times. So I mean, which is good for the game. I mean, if people believe it, I couldn't. I'm just like, why would you quit? I don't get it. Why would you quit?
there was an interview with Jeff that was released where he was talking about this, and I am really paraphrasing when I say
Okay, please, yes, go for it.
paraphrasing.
I just watched this. I finished 10 minutes before we came down here to record, so I've seen nothing.
Jeff's
I haven't seen
conclusion is basically, again, paraphrasing. His conclusion is that he was fine. There was no indications he was going to quit the game. He thought he was going home. He acted like a wuss and backed out of the game. He had no reason to do it other than he didn't want to be told he was voted out.
Yeah, he said he said, he goes, I wanted to go out. I think in his confession, I wanted to go out on my own terms. I want to be.
Yeah, He said
my
it was
husband.
all,
My husband is my what do you say? Adventure of a lifetime. Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
but you literally, again, I wish they would have the camera on when he goes in and sees Sabaya, Marine Sabaya.
And you know, she's been really protective of him on social media today.
Oh, has she?
Yes. Yeah, she really has, and of Emily as well, because there was a lot of hard thoughts coming down on Emily there for a hot minute after her first episode.
Yeah, well, her first episode was not great.
No,
well, she's had probably a year to calm down since then, maybe.
And Sabaya's been, she's been rallying, for them and like kind of protecting them.
After he quit.
Yeah, well, I mean, not so much that he quit, but just like, hey, we all maybe do things that later on we wish that we wouldn't have done. And he has actually, in a lot of his post interviews, said that he really, really regrets that he quit.
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does. Honestly, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure he does.
I don't believe him. I think he's full of crap.
He's a tough one. He's a tough one to know for sure, right?
Because he's got that politician smile. He's a great talker. I mean, he is, and he knows how to spread the manure. So,
and he's a principal. I mean,
and he's a principal. Yeah.
Honestly, I could see him being like.
Well, he's probably regretting it because he's taking heat.
You know who's not happy about it is Sling Matthew.
I saw Sling Matthews. I got spoiled last night. I will say I got spoiled last night because I went on Twitter forgetting that it was Wednesday night because, I was preparing to get up early this morning.
I knew you two hadn't seen it. That's why I was kind of.
Yeah, but I did see his tweet and I was like, oh, shoot, somebody quits. And then it was not tough to figure out who quit.
Easy conclusion made.
Did you see the face on the three ladies when he said he was going to quit? They're
yeah.
like, what the hell are you doing? And now we got to scramble to see what we're going to do.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what? Like,
I got news for them. They're probably losing next week, so they can just get seafood then.
Yeah.
There's a silver lining to this, and that is like, instead of having like a majority vote and okay, all right, seafood goes home, which would have been exciting to see that blindside, but post blindside, it leaves us nothing. Now we've got chaos in that tribe. So that could be really fun to follow.
If I was Jeff, I would have said, okay, you want to go home? Go. I wouldn't even allow it to come to a vote. Yep. I would say, just go.
Right, bye then.
Bring me your torch. See ya.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's how it has to be handled. You have to shame.
That's how.
I get if you're sick or if you're hurt or if something. But you had literally he had a chance to at least make the merge, and who knows how far he could have gone because he knows. Again, he knows how to talk. He knows how to get in. He's excellent at it.
And he also seemed like he wasn't. Can I say? I'm sorry. He also seemed like he wasn't a personality like a Sifu or Jake, where he would be able to successfully ingratiate himself and go under the radar at a merge situation. He was able
to come. I mean, I know they didn't like Sifu, but it's like I was just like, going, "You're quitting?"
Yeah.
Oh my God! I feel bad for anybody who's ever tried to get on the show and not even gotten a sniff. And this guy gets on and he took up a spot that somebody else would have wanted. I just think it's wrong.
I think somebody in the casting department might be losing their job after this season.
Yeah, hopefully nobody else quit.
Or they already have, I guess, because this is a past tense thing. But.
Right, and that's what Judy says in the chat. How did they cast these people? Somebody,
because he's a great personality. He's likable.
So do you think that he decided to quit during Tribal, or do you think he had an inkling of it? I think so too.
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I'm like going, unless he didn't believe that they were not going to vote him out.
Do you really think that his first grade teacher told him about the rhyming "It's okay to quit" poem? Do you think that was real?
Again,
yes.
I think
I do.
I think he should run for public office because he's good at spreading the manure.
There you go.
All these politicians have a story out of the blue. I mean, come on, because they want to relate. They want to relate with everybody. And again, I believed him when he was saying, how he grew up and how hard it was. I agreed with that 100%. Yeah, I agreed with that. But again,
the beginning of it felt like the beginning of what he was saying felt like it was like a plea to keep me, guys. I really want to be in this. It means something to me. The whole and so after I'm done saying all that, I just want you to know that I'm super over this. Bye.
And that's why Jeff made that face.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know. It ruined a good episode.
Yeah.
Again, the twit was like. Yeah, I saw people on Twitter. I think Jamie, you were answered something. I answered. Somebody posted something and they said, "Well, maybe it's too hard now."
What do you mean too hard?
It's because they don't get their fire. They
they're only there for like 10 days.
Well, that's what someone said. It's 26 days.
This was day 9. Like,
yeah.
Nah, I don't think it's too hard.
I just was like, I don't know. I would have got rid of Sifu anyway because it was Julie was saying.
Here you go. I found it for you, Jamie. That's the face. I mean, you are right there.
Impression you can find.
I'm right above you there.
It's I love it. It was just that long shot. Like they kept it lingering on that face for more than 4 seconds. It was amazing.
Again, Jeff should have just bring me your torch. Bye.
Yes.
That's what I would have done. I'm not going to kiss your butt if you want to quit. Bye-bye.
I wonder if there will be new rules set in place next season, since they have new rules this season from Claire and Carson. I wonder if there'll be some kind of something set in place if you quit. Because didn't it used to be was it Vitus who refused to go on the pre-jury trip and went home, and then they did not allow him to come to the finale when they filmed it in Los Angeles?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Also, when people quit, you didn't get your torch on the walk of shame.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about you.
Yeah.
It's like you were never there.
Yeah.
It's like, I bet you they thought they were safe because they like cast all super fans nowadays, and they're like, surely none of these dorks will quit.
Right? Like, no, they want this.
It should be. You can't force people to stay on there because you get say they okay, I'm just not feeling well, and they quit, and they could be lying, they could be telling the truth. So you can't force people to stay. I mean, I don't know what you could do to get people not to quit. I mean, maybe up the prize money for the people that last longer.
Maybe you just don't get any money if you quit.
Well,
that's it. Yeah, and that's something that Jeff was talking about when he was referring to the quitting and Hannah Rose. And he said, I might not have liked it, but at least with Hannah Rose, it was very clear and honest when she said, I hate everything about Survivor. I don't want to be here.
And that was that nicotine withdrawal talking.
Yeah. And just this idea of like, oh, I have to be with my husband. And Jeff said, that's all fine and good, but you're not away from them for 2 months. It's 2 weeks. You're gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can muscle it out. Like his tribe had fire, had food. He wasn't starving. He was in good. They were going to keep him. He was in a good position.
I wonder if there's video. I wonder if there's video of him talking about it before they got to tribal. Maybe a confessional where it says,
I feel like there has to be, because why would he put down Dee's name on a vote when he's leaving the game? Why not?
I was wondering about that. Maybe he just didn't like Dee.
It's like,
And your
why he's
principal, you
leaving.
can't.
I mean, we
if
know
you're a
he
principal-
likes D, but D as in D.
That's why
Sorry.
he was
If you're
leaving.
if you're a principal
But,
and you can't
yeah.
spell D, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeff just said, "Who is this?"
let's talk about let's talk about some other stuff that happened during the game tonight. So we have the tribe swap. It was weird how all of Lulu got separated, but also not weird. And I believe Dennis had this question in the Facebook group where he was wondering whether or not it was fake. Like, not fake, planned. Like, they rigged it. That's the word. He rigged it. He says, serious question. I'm sitting here watching Survivor with someone who is unwaveringly convinced that the creation of the new tribes was not random, but rather directed by Jeff and his CBS minions. Your thoughts?
Again, it's one of those
I
things.
believe that.
It's one of those things like shot in the dark, things we don't see. Could they line the things up all? He just goes up there and they grab the first one, right?
Yeah, they're just grabbing the buff. So I mean,
what they should do is spread them all out and have them walk up to it, and that way.
Haven't they done that before too? I swear they've done it before. They've been on a table.
Well, that should be it. It's Jeff that was. My feed cut off when they did it, so I didn't see how they did it.
It was like on the tray or whatever. Where
it was on a tray.
Yeah, they should be able. They should have to walk up, grab it, and then go from there. But I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how they could do that.
Yeah, that would be a hard one. That would be I mean,
if
they
did
something when cameras weren't on it, I guess yeah, exactly. But I mean, I think it's just luck of the draw. There wasn't like a lot of people. I mean, it's not a crazy statistic to,
right.
And I think it's actually was the best. It was probably the best thing that could happen to the three of them to not be on the same tribe together, because they weren't working together enough to save their own skin.
No.
So,
and then then you had someone who's going to quit anyway.
Well, who knows? He might not even quit if he got placed with one of them. But I think that they would have, that it is easier for them to go into a situation as a solo player than it would have been for like Emily and Caleb to go in together, because then it's like, oh, okay, well, it's these two against us three. So, it's not so cut and dry.
Sean had the hardest task, right? Because it was just him and four
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the same tribe.
But even that, you find the cracks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a little tougher though, in only one day to find it. But
yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Well, Sean did
makes
say
a good
that
point.
Sean said that he wiggled into Reba's cracks, so he found him all right.
Chris said, I think that he had to vote for D. He couldn't risk voting for Sifu because that wasn't the plan, and he couldn't risk remaining in the game if others voted for Sifu. I suppose that's probably makes the most sense.
Can you not put your own name down?
No.
Oh, well, that solves that then.
I believe you can't. The only time you can put your name, the only time you, I forget, there was something about it. But I thought it would have been fun if they all voted for Sifu and he had to stay in the game.
I was really hoping that was going to happen.
That would have been speaking of D, that would have been a D move to do that, though. I don't know.
I don't know, but then you're risking that he's just going to quit again anyway. That's why I don't know why.
I
don't know why D voted for Sifu. I'm like going
D. Yeah, I was going to say D is the one that voted for him, so I guess that was technically also a D move. So many Ds. Hard to keep track.
Was that double D or triple D?
I don't know. I'm in quadruple Ds now.
Whoa. Oh my God. But I thought that challenge was tough.
Oh, that challenge looks so tough. There's no way I would have even thrown the basketball high enough to go over the cage, let alone in those nets.
And they all three did a pretty good job, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I liked the having to lift that cage through the water, and as the water became more shallow, the job of lifting it and carrying it became more difficult.
Then when you're on the sand.
Yeah, it was something that really required that everybody was working together. And nobody could kind of straggle outside of the group as they were trapped in the cage.
Well, if it weren't for Sifu, they wouldn't have got that cage out of the water.
Yeah, and I think Julie made a good point about that, where she was really focused on the best way for us to keep going is to not have to go to tribal council. We need strength to be able to win.
She didn't want to go against her alliance. You
Yeah.
could tell. I mean, she was right.
Yes,
She didn't want to go against her alliance.
yeah.
She goes,
Yeah.
he goes, we don't know anything about this Sean guy.
Mhm.
I don't think she believed him. I don't think she was into his whole
Mm-mm.
act.
No. I think that she might be the smartest long game player in that tribe.
Yeah.
But
Mama J.
Mama J.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you look at Sean again, he kept saying, I'm the only one that's gone to tribal 4 times. If you look at, he was, I guess, maybe hinting about it. And then when he came back to the Lulu tribe after the vote, where Sabaya went home, I'm so glad you voted. That was a great move.
Yeah.
Maybe that triggered him too. He's like going, okay, I can't even get. I'm on the bottom of a crappy tribe. How am I gonna win this game? I think if he just would have stayed in, I think he could have gone further. I'm not saying he would have won it.
No, he was definitely. I think it was an impulsive, in the moment decision. Honestly, I do. I because even Jeff
chickened out.
Yeah, I think even Jeff got like so. What that
Again,
I feel like
I think he didn't want to be voted out by. He wanted to. Well, they vote. I asked them to vote me out. I think I don't know. There was no reason to leave the game.
All right. Let's talk about the game. So talking about the Lulu tribe, or I'm sorry, the Lulu tribe. Yes, sorry.
They're strong now.
They're strong now, but let's talk about Bruce's emotional moment on the beach.
Yeah, he had to go through his traumatic moment in the same spot. Yeah,
I couldn't. I go, what the hell's wrong with him? I forgot about it. I go, is he upset that the other tribe members aren't with it? What happened?
You realized how amazing Lulu's, Lulu, for all the losering that they were doing, they have the best shelter. That thing is gorgeous.
The Lulu Lounge, yeah.
They had the pinball machines. They had all this. It was nice.
It's a wet bar. It is something.
Wet bar, yeah. I'll take a scotch and soda.
Couture really doesn't like Bruce. Part 4.
She hides it well, though.
She does, but that was when he pretends to lose the flint, and he's like, "Oh, look at this! I got a secret zipper," and she just gives the camera the freaking Jim from The Office look. Mm-hmm. I cracked up. She's just like.
Problem is, I think it might be her downfall.
It might be.
Everyone seems to like Bruce, but her. I mean,
if she can make it to emerge though, and convince everybody that Bruce is now the threat.
Oh yeah,
and she's on a strong team. So
does everybody else like Bruce? But is that really true, or is there a few that are like, oh my god, this is so annoying, I better not let it show on my face?
Nobody else has gotten. Yeah, nobody else has gotten confessionals though, saying that they don't like.
They
Bruce,
definitely don't have a montage of
Bruce. Shut up. I could see where it'd be annoying. I get that. We said about past Survivor contestants, especially when you're not eating, not sleeping, the whole thing, and you got someone. But he's a good competitor. Yeah. He's a right now a meat shield, as they call it. I would shield,
yeah,
I would keep him around.
Yeah.
Again, but she even said, she goes, "Oh, you're only on for 12 hours." And he goes, but yet the last week he was on before. This is his second chance. It's like you can't have it both ways. I mean,
right.
Anyway.
It really though, like he's a perfect one to go after post merge and just let him be in the game for now. Like you said, he's a competitor. They have his strength. When he goes into everybody is merging together, well, then that whole idea, this is his second chance. Like that seed, you could plant that and then use that to get rid of him.
Yeah, because Emily's the one. Emily's the one that she could win this game.
Far for sure.
Yeah.
Because she's completely changed her approach to the game, thanks to Caleb.
She has she's so quickly evolving as the game evolves. She started out in such a bad light, and then she's like in a loser tribe, somehow manages to shift through that, survive that situation, then come into a new tribe and still be able to like form that bond and be in a winning tribe.
Yeah, 'cause if Hannah doesn't quit, she's gone.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it was,
she would have been
that guy,
gone.
what was that guy's name? Brandon? Not
Brandon.
Was it yeah, Brandon. If Brandon was any half good at the challenges, she's gone.
Yeah.
But but now I like her now. First, I was like, okay, there's no way I could hang around her. She'd drive me crazy. But now she's just like saying the right thing. She's now the swing vote on her tribe.
So I kind of wonder if because we keep hearing about Caleb taught me this and Caleb took me under his wing and Caleb trained me on the social stuff. So I'm kind of wondering, is her big thing in the game, her growth movement, going to be that she's going to have to be the one that ends up voting Caleb out?
Oh yeah, she's going to have to. If to win it, she's going to have to.
Yeah.
To be honest, to win it, anybody's going to have to vote him out because he's great at the challenges. He's great at the game. He's very likable. And it's like, there's no way you're going to want to sit next to him.
He was adorable today when like Jake was like, "Do you want to get something going?" And he's like, "Yes, I do." And then like Victoria's like, "Here's what's going on. I don't like Bruce and this and that." He's like, "Everybody's talking to me." Yeah. I know what's going on
because he's approachable. Again, it's like Sean. Sean is very likable, very approachable. You know, Caleb wants to win the game. I think he's got a tough road though. He's got because people are going to start saying, okay, he's a threat. I mean, he aced that. They're already saying challenge.
Drew thinks he's a threat.
Yeah, he carried that. I mean, that Lulu tribe, they didn't stop in that cage. They just mustered through it. We're going to get it. We're going to do it instead of stopping.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they definitely are. It's very unbalanced that they have all the physical strength on that one team now.
I just don't know how he is in the puzzles because we haven't seen him work a puzzle, have we? The only time we saw him is when they couldn't finish it last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But he wasn't on the puzzle part, right?
No.
So, well, he can't be worse than their original puzzle guy. There's that.
I'm the puzzle guy.
Bless his heart.
The tribe has spoken.
You know, he was still technically the first person to be voted off this season, even if he was the second one to go home.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a really weird year for CBS games. It's just been really weird. Weird energy.
It's even The Amazing Race had a weird kind of ending yesterday.
Okay, don't spoil anybody who's listening to this.
I'm not saying anything.
Some weird energy in that. It must have been a Friday the 13th thing. It's like a residual. Like,
yes, there you go. I like that. Is there something in retrograde right now?
Something's retrograding, man.
Something's always in retrograde.
Well, hopefully going forward, nobody quits. You get the strong players in there, the people that want to win the game, and so you have a lot of people that are strategizing. So I like that. So we'll see what happens. They're not meddling it with all the idols and stuff like that. So it looks like the players are going to play. So we shall see.
And we do have players that are smart enough and devious enough to go through each other's bugs and like learn the knots and.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty impressive.
That was very clever. I didn't like that they went through his bag because I don't personally like that.
The whole time I'm watching this and I'm going, Colleen is not going to approve.
I did not like that. I did not. But I thought it was clever that they learned how to tie the knots. So
what if they didn't tie the knots back properly and he noticed it and that's why he quit because he doesn't trust them?
Maybe, but if there was something with that, wouldn't we have maybe seen it?
Well, they wanted that.
You have 90 minutes.
They wanted that. I think they wanted that surprise twist at the end.
Yeah.
To get people talking. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
Well, it works.
I personally wouldn't go through anybody's bag. I wouldn't stop anybody. But because I would use that to my advantage later on. If it happened a couple seasons ago, they said, "Well, he went through your bag."
Yeah. My favorite thing.
Well, that was with Gabler. Sorry,
Gabler.
Gabler.
Yeah. Yep. My favorite thing about all of that is that they were all just like equally impressed with how neat his bag was.
His shoes are down. Wow,
Like, oh my
everything's
gosh, he's just so neat. He's so neat.
Hey,
Like,
people
well, no,
notice, okay?
he's got like 4 things. Like, let's not get too braggadocious here.
yeah. It wasn't like he had towels and sheets and 7 pairs
Yeah.
of pants and
Yeah, let's see how he folds the fitted sheet, okay? Nobody can
Yeah.
fold that one
No,
right.
you can't. I just rolled up. To be honest, I rolled up in the ball.
That's where gods are made.
Yeah, I just go, there.
I used to have a coworker who actually legit could fold those sheets like really well.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
I give him credit. I can't do it.
I was very
I have
impressed.
a knack for it myself.
Really.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I don't even try.
It's the origami. I used to really fancy origami when I was
yeah,
a
she
kid.
was
I
actually
think it helped.
she was also really good at origami.
See?
Like seriously.
It's a skill that transfers.
Apparently.
So if you can do origami, you can do sheets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fitted sheets. Okay.
You bet.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on real quick. As far as Bella, we think Emily's in a good spot since it's like 2 and 2 and she's the swing.
Unless she goes off on something, but
Yeah.
I can't see that right now.
No.
We're seeing her run a tight ship personality wise right now.
yeah.
Well, and she got swooped in with Drew, which it could be really great. Like, her direct personality could be a great compliment to Drew and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, it could be absolutely awful because Drew is he feels kind of top dog, right? Like he
Right.
thinks he's kind of top dog. So
Yes.
But Emily right now seems to be flying, I guess not flying under the radar, but she's not being vocal anymore about stuff. She even said at the end, I'll take the idol, even though I didn't do anything to help the tribe win.
yes.
Wow. They go, no. Yeah, you're right.
She was so excited though to win. I mean,
Yeah.
so was what's his face, Caleb.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
when you lose consistently like that, and you don't have Flint, it's just like she almost cried when they had fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could eat something other than a mango.
All right. Any last thoughts over here? I feel like it was a really good episode up until the end.
Yeah,
truly.
I thought they handled the merge.
Yeah.
How all 3 were fitting in the merge. I thought Lulu was going. I go, okay, Lulu, if they can make it through the merge, there'll be 3. Even though Sean was on the outs of that one vote, I think they could reel him back in.
Oh yeah,
they could have reeled him back in. So again, I thought all 3 up until the end did a good job of, because usually there's that one person just awkward, and even Emily, who was so awkward at the beginning, fit right in.
Yes.
Yeah. I do think that
place, I think.
she was, but I do think that Austin and Drew are getting a little bit cocky over there.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be their
got
downfall.
Everything.
I did like when Katora?
Yes.
Yeah.
When Caleb asked Bruce, and she goes, "No, I want to hear it from him."
Yes.
I go, oh, that was dumb. Because
now he knows.
Yeah, Bruce did pick up. Oh, she wanted to know if I was lying or not. She doesn't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that was a bad. You're letting your personal dislike for somebody take over your game. You played so smart so far. You can't do it. You can't do anything that leads people to start not trusting you.
Then there's nothing wrong with her asking, like, I want to hear your side of the story, but it was her like little like,
yeah.
I don't trust you.
That was the part.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Yes.
It's part of what is so intriguing about these games that involve like this social aspect, is because the information she wanted to know was legitimate information. It wasn't a bad move to ask that information.
No.
Just that subtle, like you said, that subtle hand movement could have cost her chances in the game. Like it put her in danger. It's such a little thing.
Because Bruce could use that. Bruce could use that to his advantage. He could say,
absolutely.
She doesn't trust me. She doesn't trust the rest of the tribe. She's not being truthful. I mean, there's so many things that he can say. Well, why? When I went to go tell it, she said, put her hand up and said, "No, I want to hear it from him."
Yep.
So she's trusting an outsider who just joined our tribe over us.
And props to him and his, though be a little over the top goofy personality he's playing at. He did his facial expressions, nothing changed when she did that. It was like he was super accepting of it, just kept talking. And then during the confessionals, his facial expression was anything but okay with it. So
yeah,
you know, the Uncle Bruce thing might be annoying, but you know what? He's making it work.
He's got a great poker face because you're right. He didn't because a lot of people would have snapped back. Don't put your hand in my face. Don't interrupt me.
Emily would have at least rolled her eyes.
Yeah. Not the new Emily. Emily would have gone.
Old Emily. Yeah, old Emily. First Emily.
Caleb told me not to react.
Hey, so what do we think about the Sifu / J Maya situation / D, I guess, as well? Sifu talks about himself in the third person, which I find to be quite charming, but endearing. But I can see why it might bother people in real life.
I would have cut him out of my life after one air guitar session. I'm like,
oh.
we are done here. We are done.
What else you gonna do?
One air machete, and that is it.
Are you going to interrupt him when he has a machete in his hand? You're going to say, "Hey, no more air machete." Seafood doesn't like that. I think he's okay. I think he's got a decent personality.
Exactly, I agree.
I mean, he's good in the challenges, and again, the air guitar thing is, if I don't like it, I'd probably just walk. I get it. It'd be after a while. It'd be okay. This is the 85th time you've played that same thing on your air machete. You're driving me crazy. I'm almost tempted to throw the machete away.
Yeah, it's a little. He's like a really hyperactive kid at a birthday party.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. He's not the one that you have to be responsible for, but like accidentally you find yourself being responsible for that.
Yes,
because
he's the kid that had.
Because the parents of that kid are not watching him, and this kid's ruining the party because he's hyped up on sugar.
They dropped him off and said, "Bye."
We'll be back at 5. Party ends at 3. We'll be back at 5.
Yeah, he's the kid that had the red dye. That is
no red dye 40. Not for him. Red dye 40 sensitive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Seem like there's a kid at that party. That wants to blow out the candle. It's not your birthday. Let Johnny blow out the candles. It's not your birthday.
They're enthusiastic, okay?
It's not your present. It's not your birthday. Where are your parents? Where are they at? Oh, they went to the casino to drink? Oh, okay.
Yep.
So do we think that next week it's Reba that's in trouble again? And do we think that they'll get Sifu out? Or do we think that maybe J Maya, it might blow back on her?
It could blow back on her. It depends on, she didn't vote for him. It was D that voted for him.
But she's the one that really wants to get him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends on what power Julie has.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think Julie's going to want to keep Sifu around. And I think that D and J Maya, though, are going to be...
The thing with Sifu is, okay, he's, like you said, he's kind of obnoxious. He's a challenge threat, right?
I don't think he's obnoxious. I think he is hyperactive.
Oh, okay. He's that kid at the birthday party like we talked about. But if I'm going into the merge, I want targets. I want meat shields. And I go, he's a target. He's someone that, is going to be a target going forward. So I don't know. I wouldn't vote him out.
Yeah, I would, because he could easily remain one of their numbers until they find better numbers.
Right.
True.
It's not a great look to. It's not a great look for D what happened at Tribal, but I also think Julie would rather maybe I'm wrong. It seems like Julie would do better working with Jay than somebody like D, because I think Jay's able to show a little bit more like docile. You know what I mean? Like her game's more docile, and Julie and D are definitely less docile.
They're worried about him having an idol.
Yeah,
He doesn't have an idol, but at this point, because what happened before they merged, people think he hasn't because he has been looking for it. So
Yes.
But didn't Drew and I'm forgetting his name. Didn't they told him they had the idol?
Austin.
They found the idol. Yeah, Austin. They found it for him.
They found the idol. They found the this.
So why would
that?
There's only one. Why would Sifu have an idol?
Paranoia, man.
Paranoia, man. That's exactly what I was
of course, past survivors, there have been 1,000 idols. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Don't worry about it.
I'll have to go watch it back.
It'll be interesting.
I know Sherry had a comment in the chat.
Oh yes, okay. In the Facebook group,
Facebook page. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. Facebook.
Okay.
Page, whatever.
Let's take a quick little stoppy breaky here, real fast, and then we will stoppy breaky. Have I mentioned I've been up since 4:30? I am very excited.
Breaky, my breaky, stoppy.
Okay. Let's take a stop breaky real fast for a commercial. We'll be right back. Colleen's calling a commercial break.
A stop breaky commercial break.
Okay, so back to the show, everyone. Let me just
I've been up since 4:30.
I'm so tired. Okay. We got a bit of feedback. So let's start. We did one of Dennis's questions already. Dennis's follow-up question was...
Wait, Dennis had 2?
He had 2.
Okay.
Can Jack explain how a chameleon changes its spots asking for a friend, Emily?
Who's he asking?
He's asking, can a chameleon change its spots? Or how does a chameleon change its spots for... he's asking about Emily. Just asking about Emily.
Well,
can she really change?
I don't think she's changed. She's changed for the game. She realizes... I think she's probably telling herself, okay, stop. I want to say something. Stop. Can she continue doing that? That's going to be hard. But for now, if you want to win the game and she wants to win the game, you can see it. Yep. She's in it to win it, but it's hard. It's hard when your personality is one way and you're trying to play another way, but so far, so good.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I was looking for Sherry's question, which I just found. So she said,
"Stoppy breaky."
What I don't like is the rule is supposed to be that once you're voted out, you are not supposed to talk at all, period. So I didn't like that Sifu asked, did you vote for me? And got the answer no. We've heard people... Go ahead.
I don't know if it is a rule, but it should be a rule. I think we've talked about that before, that people should not, once you're voted out, you should have no impact on the game, especially someone who quit. So you can say, hey, love you, whatever it is, bye everyone. But we've seen people say, you can't trust that person, can't trust. That should not be allowed. They should eliminate that.
Yeah,
their game isn't technically by rules. Their game isn't over until their torch has been snuffed. So between having to get up and give hugs goodbye and to the torch stand is probably somewhat frowned upon. Anybody getting super drastic, but
shaky grounds.
Yeah, your game's still going as long as your torch is going, because fire is life, man.
I think they should change to once you're voted out, you can't. That you could risk losing your appearance fee or something like that. You shouldn't. Once the votes have been read and the tribe has said, okay, you're out. That's it. You should have no more impact on the game whatsoever. Just my opinion.
Honestly, I can go either way on it. I don't know. It just depends on sometimes it does nothing to affect the game. Sometimes it can ruin the game. So,
well, because don't forget, we had was it Drea when she got voted out, where she basically was like, don't trust him, and she turned around and blew up so many people's spots. And so that's like one of the more extreme examples, but we definitely have seen people talk after they've been voted out for the game.
I mean, maybe they can say, like in a court of law, they can say the jury will disregard those comments.
Yeah, it never happened. What are you talking about?
It never happened. He's not the killer.
Yeah.
I think that maybe with this very, very short abridged game that they do now, that it's probably not great. I don't exactly love it. When they had a longer game, you had a little bit more time to maneuver around what somebody might have said at Tribal as they were leaving. Right. But now with the short game, that's not great.
Because if I'm D next week, I'm going to say, if I'm all three, I say, well, obviously two can say it, but if I'm D, I did not write your name down. It was Sean. He told us
you
he
can
was
say whatever
vote.
you want.
We told him we were going to vote for you.
Right.
Because that's how we were going to play the game. But he was going home no matter what. That's how if that's how they have to play it. Say, no, it was Sean. Because Sean's not there to defend himself.
Right. Well, that's how they could play it. But if somebody told you that, would you really take them at face value? I would
not, but I don't want him thinking it was me.
Right.
Let
him think it's Julie. It wasn't me.
Sherry goes on, I love that Sean had his bag tied in a particular way. First time I ever thought of that being a strategy. Loved that as well. Axel says, oh my God, Sean is the least sincere person on the show in a long time. So performative. And Brad from Chicago says, wimps and pansies this season. What a crappy cast.
Ooh.
Those are some harsh words.
Well, three of the four that went home, I agree with.
You know what I think? I think the crappy.
I don't think Sabaya was weak.
No, Sabaya was a wonderful player. And based on everyone's reaction when they saw she was the one voted out, I have a feeling there were a lot of people that were looking forward to working with her at a tri-swap or a merge.
Exactly.
Yeah,
she might have been able to win it.
Yeah, I agree.
The crappy players are seeing themselves out. Like, don't be upset. They're getting out of the game so we can see the real players.
Yeah, there you go. Perspective, everybody.
Yes.
Moving into the emails, Mandy says,
Mandy?
What the actual? For this being a great season, it's hard to believe we've had 2 quits. 2 quits in 4 weeks! We're at a 50% rate here.
I wonder if Jeff, 1 second, Jeff and the producers went to each tribe and said, okay, none of you can quit anymore. None of you, maybe there's some pressure on them, maybe say, okay, we're going to take away fee, whatever it is, appearance fees, because to have a great season, you have to have a great cast. And like I said, so far, 3 of the 4 have been terrible. So, and you have, to me, I've enjoyed this season more than the last 2 or 3.
I've really enjoyed it.
But it left us. I was so mad when he quit. I was like, but go ahead, finish it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm finishing Mandy's thought, really. She said, I think y'all should pick the next player to quit. And if you're right, you get 10 tally points.
It's Jake. Gotta be Jake. Jake does the event, like, Jake tumbles, right? We saw that in the preview for next week. He tumbles again. He does the thing again.
I know. Well, Jake is too jolly and happy on social media to have quit this season.
Yeah. Do you think they drug him out, though? Like,
I'm a swimmer. I'm a good swimmer.
They were like, you cannot stand for the rest of the game. No problem.
They put a pole there and they tie him to the pole so he doesn't fall over. Jake, you just stay here. Do the challenge, okay?
Let's land this plane. One more email. This is from Shandy.
Shandy.
Mandy and Shandy. Shandy Pan says,
I'm already bored.
Hey, Survivor JJC. First of all, happy birthday to Jamie. Hope you're having an awesome day.
Thank you much. It's been lovely.
I've been enjoying this.
That didn't sound very sincere, Sean.
Oh.
It's been like half and half. I mean, it is, middle-aged birthdays don't ring the same, but it's all right.
Yeah. I got that obnoxious kid at my party.
That kid's over here.
All right.
Kept blowing out my candles.
Shandy continues.
Shandy, finish your email.
I've been enjoying this season so far, but I'm bummed out about all the quits, especially with Sean. I feel like the producers blindsided us with it because there was no inkling of it before Tribal. I just can't believe it, and I don't really understand. I don't think producers knew that was going to happen. I swear to God, I really think that everyone was blindsided.
Like I said, unless he found out about them going through his bag and he didn't trust what they were telling him. Because he said he does say, I wanted to go out on my own terms.
That's you're playing a game. You can't go out on your own terms.
I get that, but he,
He's like the
So when he goes back to his school, principal, all right, kids, stay in school. Don't quit.
you know what?
Nobody likes a quitter.
He's the kid that plays Connect 4, and then when he sees that the other person's about to get 4 in a row on him, he empties the whole thing out at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that
My
what his clever does?
me I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Yep. He's a kid who plays Nintendo with you, and right as you're about to grab the flag, he goes, reset. And he has to reset button.
Cool rules.
Exactly. Okay. Or everything is opposite day, right? He was that kid that was like opposite day.
Not.
Winning is losing, and losing is winning.
First is the worst. Second is the best.
2 overs.
Okay, for real.
It's been a while
Regarding,
since I've been in school. Sorry.
it's okay, and yet you're surrounded by preschoolers and kindergartners all day.
That's true.
Okay, regarding former Lulu, I feel bad whenever there's a tribe that just gets decimated, but it is fascinating to see the tribe dynamics play out as they dwindle down in numbers. I'm assuming the producers do try to make the tribes more or less balanced at the beginning of the game, but it does seem like there's often one tribe that is weaker than the others. In the case of the original Lulu, we have a tribe that's physically weaker than the others, plus one player who talked about quitting in the first episode, and 2 other players who did quit early in the game. Not a great tribe. On a more positive note, I am completely obsessed with Caleb. I love watching his game and really hope he wins. He's our Jesse this season.
Yeah, I love Caleb. Again, how can you not like him?
Yes. Yeah, no, totally agree. Oh, hey, one thing before we move into tally the votes that we didn't really talk about. It's not really warrant a big discussion, but it was weird that 4 seasons into the new era, we finally get our first tribe swap before the merge. I had not realized that we had not had a tribe swap yet.
I'd rather not have tribe swaps, but that's just me.
Just thought it was interesting. Okay,
it is, but I just personally, I would rather them not do it.
Interesting. I like it. I think it depends. It could make, if the dynamics are there, I think it could make for good TV.
If you're playing a great game and all of a sudden, boom, I got to try something. Now I'm the lowest person on the tribe. Sometimes it sucks when you see that person go home.
I think that Katura showed me the biggest reason why I like the swap, and that is that we get to straighten out the story and find where the lies are. When it comes to, when they went to see if they played the challenge, did they come back with an advantage? But
you would get that with the merge.
Yeah, but that's like further down the line. If I were playing it, she did not maybe do it correctly, but I thought it was a really great move to be like.
Because I know if I was on the show, if I was on the show and there was a tribe swap, I would get screwed.
That way you don't like it? Is that the real reason?
Yeah, that is the real reason. Yeah.
Okay, moving into the tally the votes.
I had merge.
You had, so for Sean, Jamie and I had pre-merge, Jack had merge. So
I hate him even more.
You hate him even more. However, you're not going to hate him because you were the only one that thought he was going home this week. So everybody gets a point. We remain tied now, 3-3.
Thanks, Sean, for quitting.
Okay, who do we think is going home next week? I still think it's going to be Sifu. He's the only strength left on that tribe, I feel like. No way.
I'm going to go Katora.
Ooh.
I think
you're wrong.
I think she could be a good player, but again, she's too focused on one player and not the whole game.
Yeah. Unless it goes down to a final, we have a final 2 this year, and the final 2 is Bruce and Katora, and that brings the whole thing back.
Then nobody wins. I'm not going to vote. Sorry.
Then it'll be I'm
going to pull the fire alarm. Sorry, I don't want to vote.
No, yeah. All Bruce would have to do in that situation to win would just be to continue to make his dumb jokes that Katora would just get up and quit. She's like, you know what? Don't vote for me.
$1 million
go ahead.
is not
I'm
worth
out.
sitting here anymore.
Oh, look, did I say I got a zipper in my shirt too? Oh, look, I got a secret idol in here.
that would have irritated. I mean, I get it. He's just joking around, but we need Flint. We need Flint. And you're joking around. You don't lost it. I'm thinking to myself, did he really lose it? Because you're not gonna be able to find that Flint.
And you know what? Even the music at first kind of changed, and you were like, "Oh my God, did he really lose it?"
Again, like Jamie says, he has a great poker face.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell.
There was a lot of emotion, like they took us on a ride in that 20 seconds
really
of television.
Well, it's like he held the joke long enough for it to have impact, but 1 second too long to make it funny.
Yes.
You gotta know your timing.
Timing. But again, Katora's just silent. What's Jim's last name on The Office? Just silent, Halpert? Like Jim Halpert. Silent, like confessional look. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Okay, Jamie Joe, birthday girl. Who do you think is going home?
I'm gonna take a little gamble on this, but I'm gonna say D.
Ooh,
well, that's a good choice. She'd been playing so well up until that vote.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we have it. And then as far as potential strategy goes for next week, we all had Sifu making the merge. So if he goes home, nobody gets points for that. I
had him as making the merge, really? Well,
you sure did. You did right here.
I'll hang in there.
Tora, Jack, you had her merge. I had her final three. Jamie had her pre-merge. So she goes home next week. Jamie, you get a point as well as Jack.
Who'd I have? And what?
I'm talking about what our preseason picks.
No, I didn't hear the name.
You had Katora making merge.
Oh, I had her making the merge.
Yes.
And here I am voting her out.
Yes.
I'm doing the same with D. You're playing like Jamie now, Jack. Let's go.
Oh man, that means
D.
Gamble big.
Congratulations, Colleen, on winning this year.
Now you got it.
Yes.
I quit.
Jamie had D making merge. Jack and I had her making pre-merge. So there's, if any of us are right next week, there's points in it for other people.
All right, nice.
So there is that.
Yeah. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. All right, on that note, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to everybody that tuned in live. We appreciate it. I believe next week will be the same, back to what is that? October 26th, back to Thursday at 7:15. Does that work for everybody?
It's fine by me.
Fine with me.
Okay. Or do we after the show?
I watched it live, so I was pretty happy with myself. And I'm glad I did because I would have got spoiled.
Well, there you go.
Yes, that's true. That was a dangerous Twitter scape for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into the mine, the mine, the bombshell,
shaft.
The mine, whatever.
Shaft.
The shaft,
whatever you walked in, it was not good.
I saw the thing.
You got shafted.
But you know what? I'm glad that I found out there was a quit instead of being accidentally spoiled on an actual strategic move or something big that went down. So I guess
you keep telling yourself that.
No, I mean it's like the best case of the worst case. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so does 7:15 on Thursdays work for everyone, or do you want to do it after on?
Huh?
At 9? Do you want to do it 9:30 on Wednesdays? Is that your new thing?
No, whatever works for you guys. I don't care.
Is that your new thing?
Whatever works for the group. I don't care.
You tell us.
I don't care.
All right, guys, pay attention to the social medias, and we'll let you know what we decide.
I'm not deciding.
On that note, thank you, everyone. Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thank you guys so much. If you'd like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/Jay and Jack, and that helps all the shows out on the network. We've got this going on. We've got Amazing Race with Jack and Cindy. We've got Ramblecast After Dark, and we have the broadcast. If you haven't heard last week's Ramblecast, I believe the episode is 228, and it's called Jack Hates Women?
It's 225, I think. Isn't it?
225. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know how that came about. It's just all of a sudden I hated women, so I go, no, you can't call it that, and I said, fine, I don't care.
Well, there we are. If anybody wants to, but what I'm getting at is Jay made a return.
Yeah.
Fill in for Nick.
It kind of killed the show, but that's okay.
If you don't like Nick and you like Jay, this is the perfect episode for you to go check out on the Ramblecast After Dark. I'm just saying.
And
All
there's
right.
there's a Star Wars versus on our Facebook page.
There is a Star Wars versus. It's the worst Star Wars versus in the entire world, but it's there.
Well, and Jay came up with it.
I know he did. You'll have to check that out. And if you're a broadcast listener, we this past week we talked about Halloween movies. We do it every year. We pick a couple of them that we all watch. And this year we did Scream, Scary Movie, which does not hold up, and Sleepy Hollow, which was Jamie's suggestion. And I also watched Silent Totally Killer, which is the new Halloween movie on Amazon Prime. It's you'll have to hear what we thought. That'll be out on to Friday, and then next week we have our costume party. So if you want to join us on Zoom next Tuesday,
when is Halloween?
It is the following Tuesday, which is why we're doing our costume party this Tuesday instead of next week. Okay. So anyway, all right, I've spoken enough. Goodbye, all.
I know you really have.
I quit. You know what? Vote me out. Happy birthday, Jamie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
All right, on that note, my name is Colleen.
Happy birthday, Fidel.
Oh.
Viva the revolution.
I'll take a cigar, though.
Bye.